Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Home renovations can be super stressful, whether they're big or whether they're small. This is something home reno expert Bryan Baeumler knows all about, and he joins me now to talk about how to deal with some of that stress and his new show, The Island of Bryan. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So I guess the big question is, can a home reno actually ever be stress-free?
Not completely stress-free, but I think, you know, it's all in how you deal with it. And,
right.
And that's actually something living down in the islands I've learned. It's all perspective. You know, we run into decisions we need to make, money we need to spend, arguments over colors and tiles and what have you. And I think you need to take time during a reno to step back, go for dinner, don't talk about the reno, don't talk business, and then no pillow talk, and just take some time off and really step back and look at the bigger picture and try to look at it from a different perspective and from outside, because you have to enjoy the journey of the reno.
Right.
They talk about divorce dust, and you know, that can be the reno, that could be a bad dinner, that could be an issue with the kids at school, it could be anything.
Right.
So you really just have to step back and look at it in its perspective. If everybody's healthy and happy and you know, your family is okay, what's the difference between green wallpaper? I mean, it gets quite heated, don't get me wrong.
Oh, sure it does, yeah.
You really have to. Yeah, well, you haven't seen all of it.
That's for sure, right?
The best part we have to cut out.
There is editing, right, for a reason.
There's a lot, yeah.
There you go. What about when unexpected things pop up? Because inevitably that's going to happen too, and that can really throw people for a loop.
Yeah, it's always, I mean, 100% of the time you're going to run into something unexpected. And people used to talk about adding 5 or 10% to your budget and to material for waste and breakage and surprises. But we're always surprised when these things happen. So if they happen every time, we shouldn't be surprised. You should be putting 25 or 35% of your budget into that surprise or I want to change or upgrade category. And then it's going to ease that stress down the road.
Okay.
There's a simple trick to never go over budget. And it's just be willing to make compromises and not spend that extra money on the finishes and the cosmetics to do the things that you really need to do. The more permanent things, get the money first.
Okay, there you go. Okay, simple reasoning. That sounds very reasonable.
I mean, common, I hate to say it, but it's just common sense.
Exactly, exactly. We were just seeing some video there of your new show.
Yes.
You guys are tackling an entire resort.
I just came from there. I still have sand in my...
Wow, and you've got a great tan, but that's not so easy, tackling a whole resort. Tell us about it.
No, you know, we spent a lot of time down south with the kids on our boat, kind of poking around different islands, and South Andros Island is the biggest of 700 islands, or over 700 in the Bahamas. And you know, it's the island with the Kraken painted on it, you know, do not come here, stay away. Here there be dragons kind of thing, and that made us want to go and see it.
Guys.
So we finally did take a day and get over there, and we found the most beautiful, serene, natural island with this abandoned, decrepit resort sitting on it. So the infrastructure was there. It started ticking all the boxes for us. The kids are at the right age. We said, let's go on this crazy adventure. Let's risk, literally, financially, everything I've worked for in the past 44 years, and go for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It looks daunting when you see the pictures here that we're seeing. But even that aside, you can see the potential. Like, look at this view. Look at this beach. And then, of course, you have to look back at what you guys have already been through and been so successful at. This is almost like it's led you to this point.
It really was. We kind of got there and had that discussion of, you know, who does this? Who just gets up and packs their bag and gets on a boat and takes off? But you know, we kind of get to that point where the kids are young enough that we can do this with them now, and they can, you know, they can recover in their schooling, in their lives, and what have you. For us financially, it's a huge risk. We're risking everything. This is not a cheap endeavor, but it's something that if it fell flat on its face, you know, I'm confident I can recover from. You know, I'll be working like I was in my 30s, back 20 hours a day scrubbing floors and what have you.
Right. But you can recover. There's still time.
Yeah, and it's one of those. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can watch it all when that show airs sometime in the spring. But you can see Bryan right here this weekend.
Yes.
He's at the Calgary Renovation show on the main stage tonight and tomorrow. Bryan, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And best of luck with everything.
Thank you.
Come back and see us when it's all done.
I'll come back and see you in the summer.
Okay, that sounds great. Thanks, Bryan. We're going to go for a break here on BT. When we come back, more news, weather, and traffic. Stay with us.